Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Medieval Dynasty. I know it's been a while, but we're going to go ahead and continue. So my main goal today is to definitely build more houses for my villagers, because I think right now there's only like a couple of us, like less than 5, and I do have a lot of other buildings that don't have any people in there, and I realized that I do have to get like my village going. I think I mentioned that last time. I need to make sure that I can start producing the things I'm going to need. A lot of it is going to be farming and definitely getting the villagers houses set up and all that good stuff. So that's definitely on my list today. We are going to be finishing up 2 quests later. Right now I just kind of want to finish building some of the homes. This first part is just really building. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little bit later on this episode I will go ahead and finish the 2 main ones. The one talking to Sambor and the other one is called Alwyn's Story. I'm gonna finish those 2 at least, and then kind of come back and continue where we left off with the building and getting more villagers. It is gonna take some time for sure. Building takes a long time. However, I didn't do it in this episode, but in a different episode I realized that I can change how fast I can build. Like, I don't have to just, it's like a speed build, and it like goes a lot faster. At least that's what my friend told me. I didn't do it in this episode. So unfortunately that some of this part might get cut out, because it is just building, nothing new. I'm just building houses for the villagers that I'm gonna need. So there's not really much that you are missing. This episode may be a little bit long, but I will try to at least try to cut it down to a little bit low, not as long, because most of this episode is building and completing those 2 missions. And truth be told, it doesn't need to take that long. So I am gonna cut out some pieces of it, because it doesn't make sense. It's just already too long as it is. So. Alright, so we are done with the building and getting the resources that our villagers need, as well as some of the farming. So I'm just gonna kind of fast forward this part where we're gonna go speak to Alwyn and try to finish his story. There are gonna be some parts missing, at least in this part, like traveling wise, because it really doesn't make sense for me to talk through the whole time that we're traveling. So okay, so we have arrived at the village, and there's Alwyn. We're just gonna go ahead and speak to him really quickly. Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, I just have to shoot already. That's right. So here is my attempt at getting a score of 20. Hopefully I managed to get it. Okay, not bad. Oh, I have to get 20 in one go. Okay, so this may take a little bit of time. Okay, so I think it's distance and accuracy. Okay, yeah, I think that's how I get my score, distance and accuracy. So oh, perfect, I did it. Okay, not that. Oh, sure takes a while. I think I definitely need to practice. I don't like using a bow and arrow because it's stability right now is not the greatest. Okay, that's how it's done. There's a lot of practice ahead of me. Okay, and now I have to wait for the next season to get to Alistar. Now we're gonna go talk to Sambor. Alright, so we have arrived here, Mr. Sambor's house. It's kind of late, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So basically, I didn't mean to disturb you, and he sees a kind of a ghost because of my black and blue eyes. You Lordan's family? Yes, I am. You tell him about the pack. You're like, what? I'm like, I never heard of that name. It's called the Undying Fest. Okay, now that's a better name. You're like, yes, you bet it is. And then something about Udigas liking him so much. Okay, so at this point right now, I'm just gonna paraphrase, because it sounds like it's gonna be a lot. So, basically, we tell him about Udigas told us to come visit, and he said that he's gonna go ahead and tell us a bit about our uncle. So before he met him, his uncle wasn't the greatest. He didn't fit where he belonged. He had planned to go on a big adventure. However, he was out wandering for a while. He had no food, no money. He wasn't a really good hunter back then. So he went to find a job. And it's like a lot of work, a lot of labor, hands with blisters, skin raw from the sun, and I interrupt and I get yelled at. Alright, so I was exhausted from all the work. He went to collect his payment. But he didn't get that much. Lordan was furious. He only got a fraction of the pay. And he was yelling at the Lord, and he got hit. Guards threw him out of the manor. stealing a few coins. And he wasn't a very capable fighter at that time, and he had to find another way to get vengeance because he didn't think it was fair. Okay, and it's like, go away, come back for another conversation, another time. You're like, what? You're really annoying. I'm like, no, I'm not. Please tell me the rest of the story. Okay, now we're gonna go on a quick little mission. Okay, so I dug up the clay pits and I got the clay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and give them to Sambor. I am a little heavy, so that's why we're walking really slow, but it's a good thing that we're not actually really that far away from him, so that's good, I suppose. Okay, so here's your clay. Can you finish the story? He's like, okay. So Lorden at the time wasn't a really good fighter, didn't have money or any connections. However, he had a really great ability. That's the ability to lie. He had no remorse. He didn't feel pressure when lying. There's like no sweaty palms, none of the usual symptoms when you're gonna lie, right? So then he came up with a plan. A very dumb and unrealistic plan, apparently. Okay, so first he convinced the town's tailor to make him a really, really expensive suit, and he didn't pay for it. But he's not a thief, so okay. Anyways, he got dressed up and entered the manor. Again, the same one that he got kicked out. I couldn't believe what that, it's like a fairy tale. I can't believe that happened. Anyways, he followed through with his plan and he bedded the king's wife, the queen. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy, basically. Yes, you're right. Okay. Very idiotic plan. But it worked like a charm. After they were done, he told the queen he'll be back. He put on some clothes, left his undergarments. He went to the king's guard and told him that he saw the queen with the company of another man sneaking to the chambers. The guard told the king himself, who was very, very angry. He couldn't punish his wife. It would be bad for reputation, but he could pursue his lover. Unfortunately for him, Lorden was gone from the castle. You see, the king didn't catch the seducer. He couldn't track down and find him. To do so, the only way to track he could follow was that Lorden left behind, which is his underwear. And obviously, you can't really do that or find somebody through that. Okay? And somebody took his place. He didn't get killed. Lorden wasn't that style. Queen begged for his life to be spared. Threw him into the dungeon. He didn't go through all that just because of what the Lord did to him. The Lord was cruel, merciless, brute. He mistreated all his subjects, killed and did other stuff. They call him the laundry man because he drowned all the other kids. Lorden needed to stop him after he was captured. Someone had to take his place. He didn't have a rightful successor, but then, it was acquired by his relative. But Lorden didn't want any of that, not for himself. He took only 3 bags of coins from the treasury, left everything else. So basically, one for the tailor, one for the stableman, and one for him, which is how much he would have gotten had he been paid what he was owed. So Lorden really wasn't a thief. He got on his horse and went on his adventures. Wait, you didn't tell me what the purpose of the Undying Fest. That it was obvious that Lorden mission was born. He knew that the spoiled, rotten cities that were scattered across the world, draining the dignity from the hardworking, simple folk. He was going to do something about it. How did you join the pack? Lorden was working with Udagos at that time. He was a thief, sneaky fingers, Lorden's fast tongue. He was recruited because he was between jobs, gave them a chance, and that's it. Okay. I already spoke too much. That was a lot, even for paraphrasing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell Lord Unagast that I'm going to give him a knuckle sandwich. Okay. So basically that is it. This is the end of the episode. I did cut out some pieces and it made the episode so much shorter for sure. So thank you so much for joining and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye.